Coast FM 963. I have the wonderful Carlos Camacho, our psychologist, here in the studio. Thanks for coming in, Carlos.
G'day, Deb.
Great to see you, as always.
Same here.
Yeah, we've had some fun over the past couple of months speaking about ancient philosophy, haven't we?
Wasn't it great?
It was great.
So much knowledge there for us to tap into from so many years ago. 2,500 we went back, and just goes to show that nothing much has changed. You know, we know a little bit more about things, and we've tried to work things out, but all those wonderful minds have given us a great base. Great base. And with regards to psychology, we can use it for today.
In today's world, that's right. Today we're going to be using those ideas and some more about burnout. Can you explain what burnout is, Carlos?
Yeah, burnout, of course, in the mental sense, means that we just run out of steam, don't we?
Yeah.
We run out of energy because, like anything, our mental energy has a limit.
Yes, and we don't realise it's happening until it happens.
Exactly. We all get caught up in this modern world at a certain pace. And as we talked about, having a routine is good. But when that routine is only stressful things, then we burn out.
Okay, what are the symptoms of burnout before it actually hits you hard?
Yeah. I think one of the first things that affects is our sleep. Sleep is a very fragile and sensitive thing.
It is, isn't it?
We need it, and it's a shame we need so much of it.
Yeah, but we do.
It's wonderful to sleep. You get to a certain age and you just look forward to going to bed. And if we sleep well, we have a far better day. But because we're still related to nature, like we were talking about the Epicureans, remember? They said we need to be in contact with nature. And also the cynics, the old cynics from Greece, that we need to be in contact with nature because we are part of nature.
That's right.
But as civilized animals, if you like, we forget we are. We think that we're separate, but we're not. So when we sleep, we're vulnerable. So the conditions have to be right to sleep. Our mind has to be relaxed. We have to feel safe. And if that doesn't happen, then you don't get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, because our minds take over, don't they?
Exactly. Because we're connected to nature, our brain's trying to protect us, thinking, hang on, there's something out there. Why are you relaxing? You know what? It's probably to do with something out there that wants to get you. So I'm going to keep you awake.
That's nature, isn't it?
That's nature. It's part of nature, of course. And it's our brain's main function is to keep us alive.
Okay.
It doesn't matter about anything else. That's why we get anxiety when we want to do fun things like jumping off a rock into a lake. The brain doesn't understand fun. It's just thinking, hang on, this looks dangerous, no good.
Protect you.
Yeah. And once we convince the brain, because we do it and we do it again, then the brain says, okay, let's do this, and I won't give you any more anxiety.
Yeah, that's right. What other early warning signs can you have?
Frustration once we start getting angry, and that's got to do with lack of sleep as well.
Yes.
Our diet starts changing, but a big one that you can look out for is that we stop doing the things we love.
That's right. And the personality types, like perfectionists, I suppose, and people who are high achievers or caregivers, that's not a personality type, but it seems to hit these people harder, doesn't it?
It does. With people that give a lot, again, it's based on the finite energy we have. We only have a limited amount. So if you're giving and not getting much back, it's like a bank account.
Yeah.
It'll eventually run out. So people that are giving are wonderful. We need more of those people in this world.
But boundaries.
But they also have to know where to give and when and who deserves that, because you will have a limit, and once you cross that limit, then you're backtracking. It's a bit like putting on weight. Once you get to a certain weight that you have to lose it, it's hard. It's better to maintain. So I ask those people in my practice to make sure that they put it on a balance and seeing, am I getting back? Not necessarily as much, because sometimes that transaction, if you like, of energy doesn't have to be always 50%. Sometimes we give more, we need to give more. Someone needs us and we give. But then we have to find that somewhere else through exercise, through good routine.
Replenish.
And doing the things we love.
Okay. And how do you ever recover? Can you ever fully recover from burnout?
Oh, yes.
Can?
The human being, like most animals, are wonderful at adapting. We're wonderful at that. And that's why we burn out too, because we adapt to a pace
that is too fast for us.
Too fast. And we adapt. We go years and we don't realise sometimes. That's the main problem. But we can also adapt to a lower pace and to a pace that is our own. So it's just like exercising. If you join a boot camp and there's 20 people there, you do your own pace, because some people are going to be far better going up that dune. If you try to keep that pace, you're going to give up earlier.
And start at your pace and then build it up once you get fitter.
Maintain it, because consistency is far better. So if you can walk at a certain pace for 20 minutes and keep that up, that's far better than trying to run, trying to go quicker, and then doing it only for 15 and the next day not doing it because you're sore. And mentally, it's the same. We need a certain pace. Once you find that, it's wonderful. You find that balance, a bit like the Chinese talk about, the yin and the yang. It's very important. Once you find that balance, what works for you, whether it's exercising, whether it's relationships, whether it's work, whether it's fun, when you have that balance, it's wonderful.
Beautiful. And it's, as you say, with everything, it's eating properly, sleeping,
it is
relaxation, fun.
Yes, and it doesn't mean one has to live a life of moderation all the time, a bit like Aristotle talked about.
Yes, he did.
Using some of the stuff we talked about in the last few weeks. He believed that happiness, remember, was based on having a certain moderation of life.
That's right.
And there is something in that, of course. But I'm also a true believer of extremes. Having a big night, why not? It's a big party night, enjoy it. Then recover hard. Party hard, recover hard. There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't just keep partying and partying and partying, because you'll burn out.
Yes. I should have told my 20-year-old self that.
Well, I've got an example of burnout, because years ago I raised 5 children, but I did everything myself, and I just kept giving and giving and giving, and not realising that one day you do burn out. Like you said, it takes a long time, doesn't it?
That's right. And I tell mums, especially mums, because wired to give to the kids absolutely everything. You are not the female octopus. There's a female octopus that lays eggs and in a cave, in the water, of course, and she lays on it until they hatch, and she doesn't eat, and she dies once they hatch. You are not the female octopus.
That's right.
We still have to have a life and a balance. Yes, give, for sure. All of us who are parents would know that we would give our life in an instant.
Would.
No hesitation. And my grandfather, now I've got a grandson, and it's exactly the same. No hesitation, of course. But in the daily life, in order to be a better father, a better mother, a better grandparent, a better husband, a better wife, a better friend, we have to find that balance, because then we will give them the best of us.
That's right. We're not superhuman.
That's right. There's nothing selfish about it.
Yes.
We
tend
have
to think we're selfish.
No, it's not. You're actually, in a way, being a little bit, I think, inconsiderate when you give too much of yourself, because then you won't have more to give, and they will want that. And so it's far less selfish to give them the best of yourself by having that balance, by doing the things you need to do for yourself.
Beautiful advice for mums and grandmothers.
Yes.
Also fathers and grandfathers, because they can do it too, can't they? Give
of
too
course.
much to their kids.
For a child, it's very important having the mother, the father, and the grandparents. I'm a big believer in that relationship. It's so important for a child.
So true. Well, thank you, Carlos.
Oh, thank you, Deb, for inviting me again.
Oh, I'll always have you back here if you'll come.
Oh, of course.
Thank you. So our listeners love you so much too.
Oh, thank you very much.
And the song to take us out today, Carlos?
I love this song. Such high beat. I thought in order to beat that burnout, ride like the wind.
Christopher Cross on Coast FM 963, 29 minutes to 12.